I cannot get over how fun this is to witness right now as Montreal wins 4 straight for the first time in over 3 years, as they are now only 3 points out of a playoff spot, with Caufield setting a new career high, Newhook getting in on the action, Lane Hutson taking over once again, first in rookie scoring, even Jake Evans getting in on the action. There is a bunch we got to discuss, and the big implications moving forward, including an update from Elliotte Friedman at the second intermission that does seem to imply some interesting Montreal Canadiens decisions. We'll be diving into all of that coming up on this episode of Habs Digest. Guys, first off, leave a like if you like wins in Habs games. This is unbelievable to watch. Beating Buffalo feels so good, right? I mean, look, beating Buffalo is always great. It's not been something that we've been able to do a ton over the past while. Feel free to pause, take a look at the box score if you wish. Look, there's a bunch of stuff we can get into. I'm going to talk a little bit about Lane Hutson a bit later, but I want to just first off, there wasn't a whole lot of moments in this game where I was like, yeah, he played amazing, but, Christian Dvorak doing his work, getting 2 assists, 9 wins, 8 losses on the faceoff dot. Great stuff. Jake Evans. Look, Jake Evans, we don't know what's going on now, and there are some inklings that, we won't be having a fire sale here in Montreal, especially if these winning ways continue. But Evans getting a goal, even though it was an empty netter, but playing a very solid game once again, being 57.9% on the faceoff dot, would have led the team if it wasn't for Owen Beck winning 3 and losing only 1. But of people who took more than 4 faceoffs, it was Jake Evans. Shout out Owen Beck as well, again, for being 75% on the dot. That's not easy to do when you're as young as he is, with as little experience as he has in the NHL. It's proving that he truly could be a very good faceoff guy moving forward. So amazing stuff there. Honestly, that whole fourth line, before I dive too much into the rest of this video here, I just want to mention how incredible the fourth line has looked once again with Emil Heineman back. Undefeated since Heineman has come back from injury. Leave some love for Emil Heineman down below. If there's anything you do in this video, just leave a comment talking about Emil Heineman. There's a lot of Lane Hutson stuff I know you're probably going to want to talk about, but Heineman has been so good. But let's move on to some other guys. This is all Hutson, but I have this fun fact here. Josh Anderson got his 10th goal tonight. Also insane that Josh Anderson is still playing after being keeled over in pain in each of the last 2 games. He keeps coming back, and he scored his 10th of the season tonight. Now Montreal has 11 10 goal scorers this season. The last time they had 11 different 10 goal scorers through 60 games, 88 and 89. We're talking 36 years ago. Not to mention, Montreal has the most 10-plus goal scorers in the entire NHL. But the big story coming out of this game is how close Montreal is to a playoff spot now. And again, things can change, but look at that. Montreal has played 60 games, and so has Detroit. Now, Ottawa also won tonight. I'm not sure if this is updated before or after their win. I'm not totally sure. Regardless, though, at most, they'd be 66 points. Straight up, Montreal is 3 points out of a playoff spot with no games played advantage or anything like that. This is coming down to it right now. This is getting extremely close. This team's performance as of late has legitimately changed the trade talks every single day. And the big quote from Elliotte Friedman I mentioned, I'm just going to show you guys here. Oh, I guess I don't have it up. We got to go full screen for this. I do think, this second intermission he said this, I do think there's a bunch of teams right near the playoff cut line right now, Ron, talking to Ron McLean, of course, that might wait until Tuesday or Wednesday until they make a final decision either way. And look, it'd be putting it lightly to say that there's a few teams right on that playoff cut line. You look out east right now, Islanders, really all these teams you see here, minus maybe Buffalo, have a decent chance at making those playoffs. But you look, the Islanders up to the Blue Jackets, separated by 7 points. Islanders to the first wild card spot, that's 6 teams there, all within 3 points of each other, fighting for that last wild card spot. So this is not just a Montreal-centric quote. This is talking about all of these teams. But right now, it is looking like Kent Hughes. Look, if you're him, you have to imagine Montreal will be waiting until that last minute to decide whether or not to move on from some of these guys like Jake Evans, like David Savard, if there's much of a market for him. Because if this team can be right there in that playoff hunt, it'd be amazing. Montreal is the hottest team out east in that wild card race right now, minus maybe Columbus, but they've secured that first spot. Of all the teams below them, you can see Montreal in that 4-game winning streak. So actually, yes, I think this is after Ottawa's win, because it says a 1-game win streak. They were on a losing streak coming into tonight's versus San Jose. So amazing stuff there. And I'm just going to roll some of the highlights again for you guys, because I know you like to watch it. Cole Caufield, again, unreal. The fact that Cole Caufield is getting another point here, another goal, career high, 29 goals now. 28 was his career high set last year. He tied that last game. He has now set his own career high. He is on pace, I believe. I think it's either 39 or 40 goals right now that Cole Caufield is on pace for. And yeah, he has been like lights out recently. Absolutely lights out. He only had one shot on net and he made it count. And I also want to point out Nick Suzuki got an assist on that, right? Nick Suzuki is now up to 61 points in 60 games. He's above a point per game right now. Even him going 57% on the draw. There are so many highlights I could talk about in this game. Of course, Caufield, Anderson, Evans, and Alex Newhook, my boy. I don't have the animation in the solo thing here, but he was amazing as well. And a big shout out to our boy Dobie in net coming in again, Mr. Saturday Night. All the Habs goalies do well on Saturday nights, don't they? Jakub Dobes with another stellar performance, just keeping his numbers high for the season. They're still quite good, honestly, in the NHL. But there's a big story in this one, and that is Lane Hutson. I also don't think I have the Lane train animation here. You know what? Let's see if I can get that real quick. Here we go. I went above and beyond. We got the Lane train. Here we go. We got the animation here. Little pause. You're not going to notice that in the final cut of this video, but guess what we also got? We also got this. I had to bring it back in. My boy, the Newfoundlander, anytime the Rock is represented, you know, we're shouting him out here on Habs Digest. Anyway, Lane Hutson, what a game from him. Again, taking over the rookie scoring lead now with 46 points in 60 games. This guy, unbelievable. And I've been seeing a lot of discourse how, you know, Michkov's been having a hot streak, Celebrini's amazing, but the people just throw Lane Hutson's name in there like, yeah, he's right up there with them in scoring, but the other guys are great. He's a defenseman. I feel like that gets lost on some people. You know, is it not insane that Lane Hutson is right up there at the top of rookie scoring as a defenseman? I know Habs fans give him the credit that he's due, but I feel like the general discourse around the Rookie of the Year is just tossing Michkov and Celebrini. Like, look, Celebrini, I think, has a fair enough case right now, and I think Hutson for sure is above Michkov. But, like, still, when you're talking about the points produced, it's Lane Hutson. Now, this also is before tonight's game. This wasn't updated by the time I recorded this video. This is from StatMuse, which I love StatMuse, by the way. Lane Hutson is now up to 42 assists, as you can see here, 42 assists, which is updated. But that puts him top 5 among all defensemen in the NHL in terms of assists. The only people above him, Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, Zach Werenski, and Adam Fox. He has surpassed Shea Theodore tonight. That is bananas, right? And in terms of total points, he's up there near the top as well. Not quite as high as these other guys, but he's still, I believe, in the top 10, if not like 10th or 9th, something like that. But Lane Hutson, 2 assists, 2 block shots, a +1, 21:01 time on ice tonight. First in all of rookie scoring. Big Head Habs saying Calder favorite right now, and honestly, I'd have to agree. Like, to me, this guy is the Calder winner, but just because the amount of opportunity he creates is on another level right now. Now, there was another play in this game. Lane Hutson nearly had a highlight reel goal. He skates it around the blue line, cuts into the middle, fakes out a defender, and then has a wide open shot in the slot. He couldn't get it to go, but still, he also at one point, after the Habs were hemmed in their own zone for ages and ages, when you're thinking the Habs are going to go for a change, Lane Hutson finds a streaking Patrick Laine that catches everyone off guard. Now, Laine unfortunately couldn't quite get the breakaway, but still, it was unbelievable. Now, we'll watch here on the second goal. Look at Lane coming through the middle here, creating this whole tic-tac-toe with Josh Anderson finishing it off. He is absolutely the Calder favorite in my mind. This guy has been unreal, and I need you guys to leave love for the Lane train. This guy, I don't even know. I feel like I've run out of words at this point. But every single game he gets better. Like, yeah, those insanely fancy, filthy dekes, they're not as flashy maybe as they were early in the season, but they're more effective than ever. The little plays he's making, the decisions he's making are unreal. Like, how many times have you said, with Lane Hutson in his own zone, how many times have you said, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, that wasn't a great decision. It happens sometimes, and sometimes he might miss some coverage in front of the net, but it's going down every single day. The passes he's making, these breakout passes, something that you really need some Habs defenders to do, especially with a team like Montreal that loves to play off the rush. He has been unbelievable at it. Or if he's not doing that, he's taking the puck himself and heading into the other opponent's zone. It's been a pleasure to watch him play this year. He is my Calder pick, and if he's your Calder pick and you made it this far in the video, let me know in the comments that Lane Hutson is your Calder winner. I want to see the comments filled with people saying Lane Hutson for Calder. What a game. I'll never get tired of watching a Habs team play like this. First 4-game win streak, unless I'm wrong, since February 2022. That's what I said. Insane. Insane. So another Atlantic Division win, 3 points out of a playoff spot. We got another game against Buffalo very, very soon. Tune into that. That'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. Actually, it's Lane Hutson. Did anyone think it'd be anyone other than Lane Hutson? Mitchell Stevens, player of the game? It's Lane Hutson. Dobes, honorable mention, shout out. Even Dvorak to assist, great, but no, it's our boy Lane. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching every single day. Can't wait to do more of these videos as we push towards that final playoff spot. I've been your host, Josh Gosse, and I'll catch you all in the next one.